Hello, church family. Today is Thursday, February 2nd, and this is our weekly update. At the beginning of the month, we start a new scripture memory, and so this month's verse of the month is 2 Corinthians 5:14 and 15. And it says to us, "For the love of Christ controls us, because we have concluded this, that one has died for all, and therefore all have died. And he died for all, that those who live might no longer live for themselves, but for him who for their sake died and was raised." And this verse teaches us that we as believers have a brand new control center. And what's controlling us is a love not for ourselves, but a love for Christ, because he has died and risen for us. And he did this so that we no longer have to live for ourselves, but that we can live for him. And that's great news for us. Well, coming up this weekend, we've got a couple birthdays. Betty Barkley, Rosie Hart, and Bryant Moore are all having birthdays on the 4th. Howard Cochran's having a birthday on the 6th. Also, Doug and Martha Purcell have an anniversary on the 4th, and Caleb and Kayla Serber have an anniversary on the 5th. So, happy birthday, happy anniversary to all of you. As we think about some things coming up this weekend, our boiler project to get the boiler out of the basement, that was completed last week, but there's still more work to do to get the doors installed and get a number of things all in place to finish up that project. And so the team's going to be working again this Saturday. If you can help, we'd love to have you show up and help. There's more information in the weekly update and then also in the bulletin board and the connection point. Our Pioneer Clubs are having a family night coming up, and one of the activities they're going to do is to ice sugar cookies. And so the Pioneer Club is looking for round or heart-shaped sugar cookies, and they still need about 4 or 5 dozen. So if you could help out with that, we'd really appreciate it. If you could have those to the church by February 7th, that would be great. Also, this Sunday morning, we're going to have a church family meeting. We're going to give a financial update, kind of year in, where we were, kind of what's going on now financially. We'll give some updates both on Trellis and Vine Ministries, a variety of things going on just to get you up to speed as a church family. One of the things we're also going to introduce on Sunday is this new resource. The new month, we've got a new monthly encouragement sheet, and this again encourages us to be thinking about our spiritual disciplines, about being in church, growing as a group, giving of ourselves, going to the world. So a variety of things on this. It also has our scripture memory for the month. Our monthly prayer sheet is also going to be in a bulletin. So I pray that you would use those resources that we make available to be able to help you to be growing in your walk with Jesus. Well, as we think about what's happening on Sunday as well, I'm going to be preaching from 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verses 14 and 15, our verses of the month. And we're going to talk about how when we turn from sin and trust Jesus, we're forgiven and we're promised eternal joy with God. But what about now? What difference does the work of Jesus make in our everyday lives? How does the gospel affect our choices, our relationships, our work, the way we handle problems, the way we manage our money, the way we spend our time? That the gospel should be impacting all of these. Well, how does that work? Well, that's what we're going to talk about this coming Sunday at 10 o'clock. Well, for our verse of the day, as we wrap up this morning, in Ephesians chapter 5, we're told to be imitators of God, as dearly beloved children, to walk in love, and then to walk in love as Christ loved us and gave himself for us. So we're called in that passage to be imitators of God, to reflect his character, not to be seeking to get things for ourselves, but to give as Jesus gave. And so that we would imitate God as dearly beloved children because we've been adopted into his family through Jesus Christ. And so for us to reflect the character of our Father as sons and daughters of him, that's what our lives should be like, that we would walk in love because he has loved us. Well, church family, have a great rest of the week. Look forward to seeing you on Sunday. May God bless you.